Jennifer, hard to believe it, but Thanksgiving is less than 2 weeks away. Are you going to be here for Thanksgiving?
I am.
Yeah?
And I'm not doing any cooking.
I was just going to ask. You knew where I was going. We're going to go visit our in-laws in, where am I going? I'm going to Cincinnati.
I'm going to Connecticut.
Oh, okay. Well, you get to drive. I have to fly. So, yeah, I kind of envy that. It's the worst time of year to fly. Okay, so these figures that I'm going to cite right now are dated because did you know that on every Friday, the USDA comes out with a turkey national retail report? And when I did the research for this segment, the retail report I was looking at was from Friday, November 3rd, and it showed no change in the price of a turkey between last year and this year. And then I pull it up again right now, and now I have the November 10th one up, and it shows that we actually are seeing turkeys a little bit more expensive this year than last year.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I had thought there was a glut. That's something I had heard, but
I know someone. I know someone who has been talking turkey for more than 20 years. We love having him join the show because it's kind of a Thanksgiving tradition to check in with him. The CEO of the turkey company Butterball, Jay Jandrain, is with us right now. He joins us on Zoom from Butterball headquarters in Garner, North Carolina. So Jay, good to have you back with us. What are we getting wrong when it comes to the way we're looking at these turkey prices that come from the USDA here?
Well, we really have to get through the entire holiday selling season to get a true picture of that. And the reason for that is you've got a lot of heavy discounting and feature activity from the retailers during the holiday. So it's really a matter of timing, exactly when they pull the data. And once you get through the entire holiday, so you see exactly what sold and at what prices to get a real accurate picture. But overall, you'll see pricing is going to be about the same as it was last year.
How closely do you follow these reports from the USDA?
We do pay attention to those. And of course, those are things that we look at when we evaluate the holiday, what the sell-through is like, what the consumers purchased, what our retailers are telling us as far as their overall sales. So it goes into kind of a bigger picture for us to really look at next year and how we're going to approach next year's holiday season.
I wondered if you could give us a little bit of insight in what retailers are telling you. I mean, we had our colleagues talking a little while ago, and one of them was mentioning that at one point he saw some free turkeys floating around some retailers, and I couldn't get my head around that. But I mean, is that something that you're seeing at all?
You know, each retailer has their own strategy on how they go about that. And some do giveaway turkeys with a certain amount of sale in the basket. Some heavily discounted. It's really all over the board, and they're all looking for ways to help get that shopper into the door. So they'll try things new each year to see what works for them, or sometimes if they feel the strategy is working for them, whatever that strategy is for their stores, they'll stick with it. So it's all over the board. We don't even know really up until the time that the prices are released as well on what they're going to be. So we're certainly paying attention to those prices and those retails as well.
So how important is Thanksgiving to your business? I mean, give us numbers here. Just like how many, what percentage of sales do you do during the month of November versus year round?
Well, it's certainly a big part of our business, but it's not all of our business. We have over $1 billion in sales, and this represents a good portion of that. But what we really
50%?
look at is within the holiday. I'm sorry?
Over 50%?
No, much less than 50%. But what we look at is particularly is how we sell versus other brands and other products in the case during that period of time. And one of the important facts that we look at or the measures we look at is that Butterball's one of every 3 turkeys sold in the retail outlets is a Butterball. So that's the number we pay real close attention to, what that market share is every year, how it goes up or down, and how it adjusts throughout each holiday season.
So looking away from the holidays, I mean, just to help us get a better sense of how your business is operating, where's the big sources of demand for the rest of the year?
Well, it really comes in our CPG products, our consumer packaged goods, maybe in our ground turkey products that we sell throughout the year. We also do a lot of business in food service as well. So that's a big portion of our business. And they go to restaurant chains or to food service distributors who are selling to mom and pop restaurants. And then we have a portion of our business that's international as well. So it's pretty well diversified.
Well, one of the reasons we like having you on around this time of year is not just to prepare us for cooking Thanksgiving turkeys, but also because you guys do a survey each year when it comes to understanding consumers for the holidays. The surveys have been a little interesting over the last few years because of the pandemic, but it seems like a theme this year in the data that you found at Butterball. We're sort of seeing this return to pre-pandemic activity. Talk to us a little bit about what you found.
We are, and that's great news. Yeah, everyone is finally kind of over the COVID stuff, and celebrations are back to what they were pre-COVID, which is great. You've got more people in households now celebrating together, an opportunity for friends and family to get together, which is fantastic. So yeah, we're really happy to see that those levels come back. And the good news for us is that turkey will be at the center of the table as it has been year in and year out. So turkey sales are expected to be very good this year. People don't break too much from tradition. I mean, they're gonna celebrate like they did in the past, and that means that turkey will be on the table for sure.
Yeah, that's one thing I wanted to ask you is how stable is turkey as a centerpiece of Thanksgiving?
It is stable. It varies very little year in and year out, and we were really curious to see what would happen during COVID as well. And what we found there is that sales were very, very good. It was just a little bit different. We had less larger size turkey sold and more smaller because the gatherings were smaller because people couldn't travel and get together like they would otherwise. This year, we're seeing more people at the table. So we're expecting you'll probably see a few more sales of larger turkeys this year.
How early do you have to plan for to anticipate demand? I mean, it seems like you have to plan for this a year ahead of time.
Well, that's exactly right. As soon as this holiday is done, we're producing product for the next holiday season. So it is a year-round production cycle for us. And it gets a little tricky, to try to understand what our retailers are going to be looking for each year. We spend a lot of time talking with our customers and sharing the information that we have from the holidays, so they have a good expectation of what they think they need for the next year as well. So it really begins in earnest as soon as the Thanksgiving meal is over. We're producing more product and talking to our customers for next year's holiday already.
All right, Jay, we got 20 seconds. Are you answering any of the phones at the Turkey Talk line this year?
No, I won't. I'm going to leave that to the experts. Those folks certainly know what they're doing, and I'm going to let them do that. But I did get a chance to visit with some of them last week at an event we had in New York City with partnership with Bumble for Friends that we did. And we had some of our top line hosts there, and it was a great opportunity to share our stories.
Jay, always great to chat with you. Jay Jandrain, Chief Executive Officer, President of Butterball, joining us right here on Bloomberg Business Week from Garner, North Carolina. Happy Thanksgiving, Jay. You're listening to Bloomberg.